Introduction. Welcome to the United Nations Police English Language Assessment. This assessment consists of two parts, the reading comprehension and the audio comprehension. The instructions to both parts will be clearly explained before we commence. The use of any computer devices, microphones, books, external notes, or assistance from others is not permitted. We expect full compliance and good conduct during this test. Any candidates who fail to observe appropriate conduct will be excluded from the assessment process, and the incident will be communicated in writing to the authorities of the member state concerned and to the SAAT coordinator in the UN Police Division. Part 1 is the reading comprehension. You will be given a mission-related story with a question and answer sheet which contains 10 questions related to the key facts of the story. You will also be given a blank sheet of paper for your note-taking. Any notes that you take on the blank sheet you are allowed to keep throughout the exam. Read the text very carefully. You may write on the test as you wish. You will not be graded for any marking made on the test itself, only on the question and answer sheet. After reading the test, answer the 10 questions on the question and answer sheet. Be sure to include the entire key fact in your answer. It is not necessary to write in grammatically complete sentences. It is highly recommended that you use the blank sheet of paper for important notes from the reading. These notes will be essential for Part 2 of the assessment. You will be able to keep only the sheet of paper with your notes for the second part of the exam. Keep the test and question and answer sheet face down until you are asked to start. You will have 20 minutes to complete the reading comprehension. The instructor will indicate when these 20 minutes begin. The instructor will then announce when there are 5 remaining minutes and when there is 1 final minute. After the 20 minutes have passed, the instructor will collect the reading test and the question and answer sheet. You will keep the written notes that you made on the blank sheet of paper for the second part of the assessment. Please write your full name, your individual test serial number, and other details clearly in the space provided on the question and answer sheet you receive. Good luck. Introduction. This is the second section of the UNPOL Combined Language Assessment. It is divided into 2 parts. In the first part, you will hear one person describing the mission-related topic you have just read about in the reading comprehension. It will be introduced as the narrative. In the second part, you will hear a conversation between 2 people who are discussing the same mission-related topic. It will be introduced as the dialogue. Please be reminded that the use of any computer devices, microphones, books, external notes, or assistance from others is not permitted. Candidates who fail to observe appropriate conduct during this test will be excluded from the assessment process. Such actions will be duly noted and communicated in writing to the authorities of the member state concerned and to the SAAT coordinator in the UN Police Division. You will be given a report writing form and another blank sheet of paper. Take careful notes on the blank sheet of paper of both the narrative and the dialogue. Pay attention to the important facts and key information. You will hear the recording only one time. Once the narrative and dialogue are finished, you will be asked to use your notes from both the reading and the audio parts to write down your own complete police report. You will have 30 minutes to complete your police report. The instructor will indicate when these 30 minutes begin. The instructor will then announce when there are 5 minutes remaining and when there is 1 final minute. Please do not forget to write your full name, your individual test serial number, and other details clearly in the spaces provided on the report writing sheet. Good luck. Narrative. At 1400 hours, 15th of April, 2011, investigators located a suspect in connection with the shooting at the Pines apartment. An interview was conducted at the Police Investigations Office at 1430 hours the same day. The suspect, Joseph Bolt, stated that 2 days ago, on 13th of April 2011, at around 1600 hours, he paid Raul Mocha 2,200 euros for a Fiat Punto produced in 1999. Joseph Bolt stated that the owner told him the car was in good condition. Joseph then continued to say that he had only had his driver's license for 6 months, and this was the first time he had ever purchased a car. He drove the Fiat Punto about 150 kilometers and found it had many mechanical problems. He had to stop about every 50 kilometers and put water in the radiator. And that, when he tried to come to a halt, the car did not stop well because the brakes were faulty. He needed to drive the vehicle to his family's home after work each day, which was about 100 kilometers. He also expected to use the vehicle for a longer trip of about 500 kilometers the next month. When Joseph realized how many mechanical problems the car had, he drove the vehicle back to Raul's apartment and asked for his money back. Raul appeared to have been drinking heavily. He refused to hand Joseph his money and told him he should have checked everything before he bought the car. They continued to argue, and the victim called Joseph a stupid idiot. Raul pushed Joseph and threatened to kill him. Joseph left and stole a gun from his father's closet. He returned to the apartment and shot the victim as soon as he opened the door. Joseph then kicked the victim in the head when he fell to the floor. He said he was angry because he spent all of his money on the car, and it was not good. He then threw the gun in the river near Lakes Square. Prosecuting judge has authorized the suspect to be charged with homicide and held in the detention center. Dialogue.
Police officer. I am conducting an interview in reference to the shooting at the Pines apartment building. Please state your name.
Suspect. Joseph Bolt.
Tell me what happened at the Pines apartment building on 14th April 2011.
I bought a 1999 Fiat Punto for 2,200 euros from Raul Mocha on the previous day, 13th of April. I just got my driver's license and I had never bought a car before. I needed to drive 100 kilometers every day from home to work and back. Mocha said the car was in good condition and I believed him. I was desperate to get a car for work.
Then what happened?
I drove the vehicle for 150 kilometers. I found out I had to stop about every 50 kilometers to put water in the radiator because it was leaking. And whenever I tried to stop, the brakes didn't work well either. There were many other little mechanical problems too. I took the car to Raul and asked him for the money back.
When was that?
About 21:30 hours on 14th of April.
What happened when you asked for the money back?
Raul had been drinking. He began to argue and said I was a stupid idiot because I didn't check the car before I bought it. He pushed me and told me he would kill me if I came back again. I went home and got a handgun.
Where did you get the weapon?
It belongs to my father, a 10mm handgun that he keeps in his closet at home.
Explain what happened next, please.
I was just going to scare him and try to get my money back. But when he opened the door, I was so angry that all my money was spent and he wouldn't give it back. I shot him. I kicked him in the head when he fell to the floor, and then I ran away.
What were you wearing at the time of the shooting?
I had on a blue jacket and jeans. I also had a red cap in my pocket, and I used a ski mask over my face. I threw the cap and the ski mask in the trash behind the bus garage.
Where is the gun now?
I threw it in the river near Lake Square.
Do you have anything to add?
No, that's all.
Thank you for your cooperation. This ends the interview.